The following should be taken as a one-time thing, where I try and produce a video of the WTF format. A format that is on a weekly basis produced by Mr. Totalbiscuit. It is a video format where he introduces his audience to the game studio, then to the game from said studio, then talks about its in-game menu options, graphics, anything else he considers worthy of the viewer's time, then goes on to the gameplay part and speaks about the in-game issues, in-game's pros, cons, bugs, developer behavior, and then goes on to say his final thoughts. Now, for anyone watching, I do not intend to stick my nose into his brand. It is something he started and that he produces on a weekly basis. I just wanted to test my skills and see whether or not I could do something like this. Because I very much enjoy watching his videos and I wanted to give it a shot and see if I could do it as well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WTF's Crypt of the NecroDancer. Crypt of the NecroDancer is first title of an indie studio Brace Yourself Games, and is published in cooperation with Klei Entertainment. It is a 2D roguelike dungeon crawler with a unique twist to its gameplay. When it comes to the game's options, you have a large amount of them. You can change your language. I don't know how many languages are there, but you can, and it currently lagged because I suppose it's changing the language right away. Damn it. Options. Languages. No. How do I get back to English? Come on. Please? Yeah, there we go. So anyway, you can change your language, you can add subtitles. When it comes to skin, you can change the default skin of your character and you do not have to pay anything for that, right? If you just don't like your basic character, you can go through a lot of them, which is why I won't do it because I don't want this part of the video to be very long. You can change the basic soundtrack that is set for the character you're playing as, and that actually has an impact on the game, a very large one, and I'll get to that later in the gameplay part. Another important thing is, and the game will ask you to do this at the start of it, automatically. So when you turn on the game for the first time, it will ask you to do the calibration. The calibration consists of two parts. One where the game tries to identify your audio latency, and then the latency on you pressing a key on your keyboard, right? And then you can reassign controls, right? You got a number of options. And you got graphical options. There's not much you can do in here because if you've noticed, the game's graphics are a bit simple, but they are how do you say that? I personally like them. They are appealing to me. That's what I wanted to say. You can do things like enable VSync, but that's probably the only one. And then you can enable or disable things like Disco Floor, which has been... The game at the start warns you that the disco mode could cause a seizure if you're someone who suffers from epilepsy. So that's that. You can disable that in the settings and the game will tell you to go into settings. And where exactly can you disable it? You can disable replay, screen shake, heads-up display, and stuff like that. And also change resolution. But the game sets itself automatically to the resolution of your monitor, which I approve of. Then you've got audio options, and this is the only menu which, in my opinion, is a bit lacking. Since you only got sound volume and music volume, but you cannot change sound effects volume or character. I mean, it's me being a nitpick because the character voice is always loud enough so you can hear it, but never so loud that it would scream your ears out. Or rather, scream your brain out of your head, right? So the only problem I have with this is I'm missing a sound effect slider, right? But nothing else, that's just me being a nitpick. And also, why are pre-boss effects in audio options? I would expect those maybe in graphical options. Yes? No? Whatever. When it comes to gameplay options, you can do a variety of things again. You can have things like pausing when minimized, which is good because I have a number of friends who quite frequently alt-tab by a mistake, by an accident, whenever they're playing something. And with this allowed, there's much more chance that they will die when alt-tab, right? Another useful thing is the diamond reminder, where in the levels you can gain diamonds, and then once you die, and you will die eventually, unless you're really good, and so far, or unless you practice a lot, and I haven't practiced a lot, and neither am I good, at least yet, then you need to spend those diamonds after you gather them in the levels, and you spend them in the lobby, in the part where there is no fighting. And the game will remind you every time when you prepare to leave that you have some diamonds ready for use, and if you want to use them. And it actually saved me 4 times already from not spending any of my hard-earned minerals, diamonds. Then you have stuff like quick lobby movement, and you might wonder, why does it matter? And that is tied to the gameplay part again. Then you have stuff like showing item names regardless of how close to them you are, which can be very useful as some of the characters. Again, that is tied to the gameplay part, which I will explain in a minute. And showing enemy hearts. Now, the way that health is solved in this game is that both you and your enemies do damage of 1 heart to each other, unless your enemies have an ability of sorts, right? So there's a monkey, which has 1 heart, but whenever it gets close enough to you and you don't kill it, it will latch onto your face and start damaging you, and its health will increase to 4 hearts. And bosses have increased hearts amount, like increased health, and some special enemies have increased health, and I think that later on, as the game goes on, and the difficulty, I suppose, increases, I think health of all the enemies increases, so that's that. And item names, as said, I think that's pretty important as some characters. We've got item hints as to how to use them, and then you can set the default character for yourself, and also for both players, because hold up there, because I think this has a local co-op. Let me have a look. I think you can go into local co-op somewhere. Yeah, there it is. So you can play a local co-op, and I think on just one screen. I think the controls are split on one keyboard. Haven't tried yet, but I think that is the case. So anyway, welcome to the lobby. This is the area which probably has the most impact onto your gameplay, because you can do all kinds of things. First off, you can pick your character, right? And you unlock all of them through doing something. So the first one you start with is Cadence, and that is described as normal gameplay character. And the normal gameplay is, alright, I might as well say it now. You have to act in rhythm of the song that is currently playing. You can do nothing if you skip the rhythm, right? That's the main twist to the gameplay of the game. Right now why I'm able to move so fast is because I have the quick lobby movement enabled. If I disable it, oh, that's right, I forgot. You won't see the heart here, you won't see the heads-up display, but in-game you will. So anyway, you got your basic character. Oh, now you do. See? I can't move if I just keep mashing, because I'll keep missing, right? So you have to if you want to act. And that is pretty important because enemies will always hit the rhythm. So the only one not benefiting from hitting the rhythm will be you. But here's where other characters come in play. Other characters have different songs and different rhythms, and some override the need to actually obey the rhythm. You see, here's Bard, and as the description says, no beats, you can move at any time. See, there's no heart on the screen, and I still have the lobby movement option disabled. You can move at any time, but as you can hear, the music theme has changed, did it not? Yeah, the music theme changes with each character, and so does the speed of your gameplay. But in here, the way it's solved is, if there's no rhythm, how do enemies act? Well, they act after you. So I think this is much friendlier a new player experience, playing as the bard. But for the sake of it, I'll pick a cadence, just to explain. Alright, then I'll disable it while I'm in the lobby. But it won't work unless I go into a different location and then back, so hold up a moment. There. I'll just pick, there we go. And I'll just pick cadence for the sake of it. So you got a number of doors, and the door can be opened either by a key or by finding finding the person who belongs in that area in game and freeing it from a cage. And the cage is usually locked by a lock, and the key to that lock is held by a merchant in the area, and the key is usually not cheap. Sometimes its price can go very high up. Alright, so I've unlocked so far one character with a key, and he is called the Beastmaster. What he allows you to do is train against enemies. Alright, you can pick the enemy types you have so far encountered and try your best against them. Now, the other characters you can, that I so far unlocked are Hephaestus, which is the gameplay equipment improver, right? The gems you acquire during your gameplay, you can spend over here or to the right in the Dungeon Master section, and in here you can buy an option to get these items from chests. During the gameplay you will encounter chests, or altars, or other means of acquiring items, and whenever you get an item, there's a chance it will be one of those, plus the basic ones. And these offers refresh whenever you complete a zone, or whenever you die and return back. So, for example, I don't have enough gems to buy a multiplier-based defense, or a wider attack, which is very handy, so instead I'll just buy vision radius. And now this item has a chance of dropping in the chests. Now there's actually one more person that is tied to items, but doesn't do anything with upgrading them. You see, over the course of time, as you keep buying these items, if you notice, it was called Torch plus 2, so that means I have bought in the past Torch plus 1. And the problem is, both of these items can drop. So it's not like you buy Torch plus 2 and it's the only version that can drop, no. So what you can do is go down here, and you can pay the janitor to remove unwanted items from the chest chance, from the drop chance, right? So if you, for example, don't want 1.5 defense, and you know you've bought an armor that can give 3 defense, then you just remove this one, and in the future, you will improve your chance of getting that armor of plus 3, right? Now, I don't know about the others since I haven't unlocked them yet, but so far from those 4 characters from the Janitor, the Beastmaster, Hephaestus, and the Dungeon Master, I think that the game mechanics are pretty thought through, they're pretty well done. So let's get to the Dungeon Master. So Dungeon Master is the other area, the other primary area where you can pay your gathered gems for a major advantage. Or, well, improvement of your character, I suppose. You can buy hearts for acquired... they're not gems, they're diamonds. Okay. You can pay your diamonds to increase your health, increase the amount of coins you get on pickup, and the amount of chests you get per run. You know, it's like a guaranteed chance to get an X chest... a chest of an X type in an X level, I think. That's how it is. And once again, these refresh every time that you return. So that's that. So anyway, that's about it with the lobby zone, and I'll get to the gameplay. Oh, and when you first start the game, you are offered a tutorial, which is pretty well done. It explains the game's mechanics in a nice way, and there's also a voiceover, full voiceover, not like only this one where the character, upon first entering an area with another character, says like hi. No, that's fully voiced over. But I'll get straight to the gameplay. So, what you have to do is just act in the rhythm. Because if you don't get to act at all. But that's only with Cadence, right? And maybe other characters, but as said, I haven't unlocked them yet. So, graphics-wise, the game is very appealing to me. And there are types of enemies that just stand in one place. Then there's types that will try and intercept you. There's types that will just stay invisible until you get near. And then they will pursue you, and you have to turn around and slice them in half, or you will die. There. Oh, and the different types of terrains. You got water, and if you go into the water, then what you will have to do is jump again, but you will stay on the spot, and your character will just jump out of the water, and the solid ground will be spawned below your character. There are items that can allow you to hold up, there. There are items that can there. I'm getting better at this, although I'm still terrible. There are items that can allow you to just negate that completely, that your character won't fall into the water. And right now, why is the floor disco-like, you might be asking? Well, it's because I'm moving in the rhythm after I killed an enemy, so my coins are multiplied. Broadsword, great. Now my attack can hit 3 tiles. Alright. There are the monkeys. Alright, that's a boss. Let's see if I can deal with it. There we go. Alright. That's level 1.1 done. And yeah, as you progress, it gets faster because the soundtracks change. And there's actually a hilariously well-designed trader in here. Oh god. So far I've died every time when a Minotaur appeared. Haha, glad it wasn't this time. Ooh, a blue key. I can use this to open a locked area in the lobby. Hey, come here. No. I know you don't have a head, but what does it matter? Die. Here's one of the stealth enemies, and you have to turn around and kill it, else it will do a lot of damage to you. That's what I think. I haven't so far allowed it to attack me ever, so it might have another effect like the monkey, where it jumps in your face and you have to deal with it later. Yeah, you hear that? It's not the music audio, it's actually the in-game. It's a trader. Yeah, I'll take a minute to let you listen to the soundtrack and actually listen to what he has to say. Alright, enough. There's one more thing, that the levels are limited by the length of the song. Once the song runs out, you fail the level. You won't get to fight the boss, and you do go into the next level, but as said, you don't get to fight the boss, and thus you don't get any rewards for killing it, etc, etc. But the trader is hilarious with his interactions with the songs. See, I don't have a key, but the trader didn't offer one, so I can't free the character this time. I know that this is a section where Totalbiscuit talks a lot more, but English is my main language. Alright, you can go into these door. Holy crap. Alright. Yeah, and I forgot to mention that the dragon is the other type of boss which I usually die to. Alright, up and down. Again, the traitor. So he was nearby when I died. Okay, and the blue arrow which you can see on the screen pointing south, basically down, is the item that I have to the top left. Compass. And I had a bomb, I had an apple that heals health, restores health, but I didn't use any of those because I was focusing on trying to kill and dodge the dragon, but there is a pattern to the way it attacks. Every 3 beats, it will breathe flame in a line, if you are in that line. If not, it will keep trying to get to you, so that's why I died. And you can actually watch the replay of your whole level. Of your whole game time before you died. It's not a neat feature, right? And you can basically observe yourself, what mistakes you make, and you can decrease or increase the game speed to get to the point that you want to see. Right? Pretty interesting for an indie game, right? I'd quit the lobby, and I'll show the bard. Which is, I'm a lot more okay with him because I can take my time. And I'm not rushed by the system. But I suppose you are supposed to be rushed by the system. Alright, I got 2 gems and, diamonds. See, the game will remind you. You can disable that in the menu, as I've shown. Alright, coins. I can afford neither of those, I can only afford the chest. So I'll go over to Hephaestus. Hold second weapon. You can throw some away. You can throw away some of your weapons. Like the dagger in top left. My current attack weapon can be thrown and then I will lose the ability to attack. That can happen. So in cases like these, where you have a throwable weapon, if you want to throw it away, then it would be probably best to have a second weapon, right? Which you will then swap over to. But I think I'll take a wider attack. Whip. Haha. Alright then. Alright, nope. Well, it seems like I used up my blue key or it disappeared somewhere. Or maybe I lost it when I died. Well, whichever. So I'm playing as a different character and the music theme is different. But as Bard, it doesn't matter because enemies act after you act. They don't act according to the rhythm. You can see that the skeleton, for example, is a type of enemy that has 2 phases of attack. Dragon has just one. It moves, attacks, moves, attacks. But the skeleton has 2, and some other enemies have as well. The skeleton will have its hands pointing down when it's on cooldown, and have its hands up when it's ready to jump. Like this. Now, you might be wondering what those buttons do. Some of them allow you to just jump a set distance. Others will increase the game speed for a short while, which can screw you over if you're playing a character like Cadence. But not when you're playing someone like Bard. Because game speed is irrelevant, but as Cadence, this would be right now very hectic if you wanted to keep your coin multiplier, which you lose when you skip a beat, and as Bard, you can never skip a beat. Or well ridden. So, I approve of Bard, even though he's more like a noob-friendly character. Right, here's just one arrow, and to the left are 2, so I can jump. Yeah, but I can't break rock, I can only break... Holy crap! Okay, someone else can break rocks. Damn it. And the ball, the Minotaur, will keep charging in a direction until he hits the wall. Whoops. There we go. And that was the boss, and he just tried to hunt me down. All items become glass. The heck? I haven't actually seen that shrine. There are things you can interact with, like barrels, and shrines and these buttons and then traps and etc. But I haven't encountered many, so I can't tell you much about that. Yeah, these blue slimes move just one up and one down, never anyhow else, so... Alright, I'll gather some gold before I head on. This is the triple attack. It's pretty useful. Whenever you swing your weapon, you deal attack in an arc, I guess I'm trying to say. Ooh, glass shard. Oh no, so I lost my shovel? Oh, I didn't. Yeah, let's go. I don't understand, what does the glass do? I mean, I can dig with it, but... Helps with traps and ice. I'll grab that. Reveals dungeon minimap. Nice! Whoa, that hurt. Alright, helps with traps and ice, right? Yeah, this would otherwise do damage of like 1 or 2 hearts. But because I got the boots, I can just safely walk over that trap. And here's a golden key, which will open a cage. So if I find someone in the need of my help, and that's a huge skeleton. Oh. There. Got 2 consumables. Oh, that was the boss. It wasn't actually the big skeleton. Okay. I don't know how do you... I managed to break the barrel before, so why can't I... Oh, what does it matter? Alright. Yay, save the character. An apple. Up and left. You have to press 2 keys for most of the items and weapons to activate. And I mean just throwables, not the ones that you automatically use when you try to run into someone. Alright. Let's go into the next level. Again, if I were Cadence, this would be a lot more hectic because the music would speed up. There. I forgot to say before, because I was playing as Cadence, I was trying to keep up the tempo. You can jump down these hatches, and if you do, you are guaranteed to encounter a boss, and also tougher enemies. But I think that the rewards are you get more coins and more diamonds. But again, I don't want to die, and I hear the merchant. Yeah, it's him singing again. Come on, guy. Oh, and they can kill the enemies as well, apparently. Nice. Because you don't get any experience, so luring enemies into traps actually might be beneficial, yeah? Oh god, multiple hatches. Ah, if I could find another key, I'd be happy. Whoa. This isn't a regular one. Oh, it was. Only just a bit more difficult to kill. Ooh, bombs. Nice. You can drop those and they will explode after a moment. But they will also damage you if you're in their effective range. And I've reached the boss. Zone 1 level boss. Alright then. Let's see if I can do this. Conga line in progress. I don't know how do I defeat this boss? Whoa! He kept jumping out of the rhythm. Then, well, I mean, he kept jumping faster than the others. Didn't expect that, but I guess I should've. Alright then. Return to lobby and I'll play one more as the cadence. Unlocks for some of these characters are something as simple as like complete zone X to unlock, or complete the game with cadence to unlock, or complete the game with melody to unlock, basically the previous one. Complete zone 4 with cadence, and etc, etc. And I have no idea what these characters do. I'm sure that there is probably a wiki somewhere where you can find out, but I haven't unlocked any of them, so... Ooh, new! Merlin, what do you do? These items will show up in chests. Oh yes, you got usable items, in other words consumables. You got weapons, permanent weapons, throwable weapons, on-hit effect weapons. You got chance to like freeze an enemy. If you kill 10 enemies you restore health. And then you got spells, which are not used up, I think. But, I mean, some are. The scrolls, they are used on... I mean, you permanently lose them on use. So, like, you get it from a chest, you use it, and it's gone. But some, like the freeze enemies, that's a reusable spell. I'll try it. And better. There we go. Alright, zone 1, bring it on. And there's one thing that I haven't mentioned yet, and it's the strong point of the game, I think. Even though the soundtrack of the game in itself is pretty amazing, what you can do is import your own music and play to it. And basically, if you import a song with faster beat, the game will get more difficult for you. Enemies don't care, they are cursed to jump to the rhythm either way. But if you import a song with faster rhythm, you will make it a nightmare for yourself. And that's not really the case if you're playing as Bard, but if you're playing as Cadence and other characters which have to obey, then it is a nightmare. Well, not always, it's just an increase in difficulty. Shouldn't have jumped into that. Damn it. Oh, that's a boss room. If you can see the skull on the floor, that is a boss room, and this will activate a bomb. Oh, now I can attack 2 tiles. And I can also throw the spear, but why would I ever do that if I can attack my enemies from afar? I haven't also explained the story plot, but it's quite I think it's not that important, although why not? The story is that Cadence, the girl you're playing as, fell into a tomb. Well, tomb. Holy crap! That's the first time I've encountered this enemy type. Haven't seen a mimic before. Scared me a little. So anyway, Cadence was looking for her grandfather, I think, and she fell into another tomb by the Crypt. Oh, fuck off, dragon. And she fell into a crypt, and what happened is she got cursed on the way down, I think, and she now must obey the rhythm. Otherwise she cannot act. And it's the evil NecroDancer, who is... I don't know if it's who is making up these beats or rhythms. Not sure, but that's basically the story. You have to obey the rhythm, or you cannot act at all. I have to spend a moment with a merchant. I don't know if he does this on the custom music part. It's actually also a way of how he tells you that he is nearby. It's not just for aesthetics. Alright, I'm missing 1 coin for 1.5 defense armor. Damn it. You can get better shovels as well, so you can dig farther. Like 2 tiles with 1 dig, I think. But I'm not sure as to what effect that do better shovels really have. I wish I had a golden key. Oh well. So anyway, I'll just suicide and show you the custom music part. Is the game worth it? Yes, it is. But what might be the worth? You might be asking. Well, what it usually asks for is 15 euros on Steam, but currently it's the Halloween sale, so until 1st November you can get it for 3 euros. Is that correct? October, November, December, yeah. Until 1st of November you can get it for 3 euros. There's an 80% discount. So, as said, I think this game is pretty much worth it. It's a lot of fun, and so far I've played only with the basic 2 characters. So who knows how much fun I could have if I had opened the others, you know? What other game twists do they bring? You know, like Bart is a noob character, but he does bring a twist that the game is more tactical, while with Cadence, it's more of a rush, it's more chaotic. So, that's it from me, and I won't be seeing you next time because, as said, this was one of a kind. Probably. Unless by some miracle Totalbiscuit sees this and approves of it. Because I don't want to get sued, right? Anyway, as said, the game is worth it, and that's all I gotta say. And I'll see you next time.